Our heroes have had a focus on the Sunken Castle. Their efforts have devised a three-pronged strategy to assault this sunken fortress. We've learned that the Knoll Desert Dogs and their kobold allies will work with our heroes. Now there's two prongs left. Utilizing these skeletal diplomats and taking the Terra Slider, this recovered and controlled ancient device that can skim across sand, lower itself within the rocks, and be used for some sort of infiltration. Tonight, at the outskirts of the sunken fortress, amongst the black desert sands, we have a gathering of heroes who look upon this giant rocky box that's just filled with slate and pebbles underneath it, and just a humming sort of like gravelly gyration of rocks and churning of dirt from underneath it. And from the group of heroes, we see several of them make their way to this Terra Slider. And with that, we'll go ahead and we'll introduce our party. What do we see? Cinematically, introduce ourselves to a familiar face, Togark.
So, Togark is grinning with delight at the fact that we have captured this awesome slider. And to celebrate the occasion of being able to drive this thing himself, he's wearing a gold crown engraved with a labyrinth, pillaged from a previous adventure. And he is ready to assault the castle. And yeah, that's how
a little bit of luck tonight. We will learn about Togark's hope for the future. Amongst Togark are two new faces that we haven't seen, but he's familiar with in this adventuring party of sorts. Go ahead, describe to us what we see around the outskirt of this Terra Slider.
So, observing, studying, taking stock of this Terra Slider and the arcane mechanisms that drive it, there is an elderly dwarf wearing a heavy leather belt and harness, leather band around his head with multiple lenses on thin metal armatures cascading down. And he's wearing these gauntlets that are just covered in pneumatic tubing and clockwork apparatus. This is Inginatorum of the Vulpes Argentum. Back in the Legions, he was an engineer, a sapper, worked on siege engines during the wars. And he is here because he caught word of Ilarius's exploits in capturing the Terra Slider. And as a purveyor of both the scientific and the arcane, he is here to understand more about the slider and its capabilities, as well as help his colleague in whatever way he can. Inginatorum is magically sensitive, but does not manipulate the arcane weave as a traditional wizard would. These gadgets and devices are his way of channeling energy and components into magical spells.
Which is a wonderful component to all of this, as he gazes upon the Terra Slider and recognizes that the construction of magic and earth is far beyond anything back home. There is the mass production of arcane energy to make life a better place, but it's been twisted for war and perhaps hasn't reached the heights of even what you see and what you've only begun to engage with. And perhaps we'll learn more about Inginatorum tonight in our adventure. And our last but not least, who do we have around this Terra Slider?
Yes, so the newest member of the circle is here, a tall elf called Loric Glasseater. And Loric is a sailor from this kind of people that live in the old world on rocky, small, kind of barren islands. So they're really people of the sea. So unlike most elves, he has no hair at all and kind of a strange, almost translucent, fish-like type of skin. Not scaly, but kind of looks like he's from the ocean. And so he covers up in the strong desert sun. He has a hood, kind of a cape around his shoulders. And he's laden with different hunting implements, spears and knives and things. But he also uses magic in a different way. He's a shaman of his people. And so he has his drum with him for his rituals and chants. And he's able to kind of channel that natural energy into summoning creatures to help, summoning extra powers for his allies. And so we'll see what he does today.
I'll also add that being a shaman, I would imagine Loric is in touch with the world, but only until lifting the beastmen from the fog and having that shamanistic connection enabled to Arventa was Loric able to really unleash his powers completely. So mechanically, you guys unlock the shaman class, but more narratively, I can imagine he's been in touch and shaman for his back home, but only until on this adventure he's been able to really find and be in touch with the manifestations of these powers. And Dakad and the other beastmen have shared an affinity with Loric because they recall ancient visions that this desert sand used to be submerged by an ocean. Is it a dream, or is that a reality that has long since passed as the oceans have drained away, or some other unfortunate has befallen the land as well too? So as we explore further along, perhaps we can indulge in that as well. So tonight is an interesting one as we further our connection with the Terra Slider. Only one person has been able to actually actively utilize the slider in its capture, but tonight you guys will embark on an adventure, I guess, inside of this, down into the earth in order to infiltrate the Sunken Castle. Am I correct in that?
Mm-hmm.
Who's bearing the dagger? Who is the captain of this Terra Slider?
Well, Togark's the only one with experience driving this. So Togark's taking the helm.
Inginatorum will be a backseat driver.
Literally.
Listen, Ingi, we can get along, all right? We're on eye level with each other. That's a nice change.
Watch
I've been
where
looking
you're
up
going.
at everyone this whole
Slow
time.
down.
All right.
Well, that probably means Inginatorum is more along the lines of, I would say, the engineer of sorts, manning the functionality and the power sources of the Terra Slider as well, which leaves, I guess, Loric to be more in tune with the actual physical communication with this earth manipulating vehicle. And as you enter the Terra Slider, if I may indulge you with this. I'm curious if it comes. Soft one. It's a soft one. This humming, this breath as you enter in this very small, compact location. You can feel this voice, this essence, this vibrant energy connecting with you, Loric, as you hear this. It's like this humming that you can feel in regards to the control panels that you guys are utilizing in tonight's adventure. So with that, we're gonna clear a little space. So you can imagine you guys are embarking on this adventure, and the Terra Slider has its own source of energy, its own constraints and capabilities as you guys begin to transcend the earth itself and dive within the earth, pushing the ground around you, transforming the earth into a tunnel that leaves no trail. It's not like it's burrowing. It's literally pushing the earth around this box-like structure as you begin to descend into the earth around you. And now, if we excitedly...
Whoa, okay.
Let's see. Bear with me tonight, boys, because we got an adventure going on here. We are pulling out, and I will we'll show a little bit off of what we have here. And we're gonna get a little spicy here on my end as we pull up various pieces in regards to what is going on here tonight. Okay, so there are different functions here. Well, this is also for you. No, this is also for you, engineer. Okay. But we want to mix this up a little bit. We want to get something good. So, as the Terra Slider slowly penetrates the ground, if we can imagine, far in the depths of this underground environment, we have the earth beneath us, this subterranean chasm far within the earth. You can see eyes, insect-like, large chitinous sort of carapaces and long tendrils start grinding the earth and burrowing their way around as if they were awakened, as if they have a sight of vengeance for those that have entered its domain. There is an enemy in pursuit of sorts, ones that have a vengeful bent on those that are the surface dwellers, ones that have indulged in the flesh of their brethren, ones that took down a fellow Ankeg and ate freely of the meat for those desert dogs that swore away them long ago. So tonight, we will do our best to infiltrate the Sunken Castle, utilizing what we see in front of us. You're each gonna have your own respective rules. You, as the captain, you are going to mark, you can pick where you wanna start, and you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna lift off one of those pink little slabs there.
Lift them off?
Yep, from the top. You're coming down. So give me this thing for a second. Let me show you. Yep. I'm gonna raise it up. So you can imagine you guys are surface dwellers here. Mm-hmm. You're going to route a path to any down in this third quadrant here is going to be the Sunken Castle. You're gonna have to like penetrate into the Sunken Castle and make it there. There are elements that you will find along the way that are open chasms that exist as pockets within the earth itself. Okay? This is gonna function more or less in real time. And every time you denote, and we'll use north, south, east, and west.
Sure.
We'll have a movement of 4. You'll get to move up to 4 times, and you'll say north, south, east, and west. When you do that, your respective crew members are going to be figuring out their logistics within their respective bays. If he says west, you're gonna mark off one of these components here.
Okay.
If you mark off a component here, the first mate cannot utilize that power. Every time he says something, you're gonna be filling up a meter.
Okay.
When the meter is full, you'll have this power unlocked. What are these powers, engineer? You're gonna have to figure that out, but not right now. Okay? The ship is becoming more in tune with you as you start to utilize its powers fully. You manage to use it on the surface very lightly, but now that you're going in deep, this old Terra Slider, this unnamed ship, and it's unlucky to have an unnamed ship, so something to think about. And you will navigate your way as well through this as well. If I had to just show you real quick, I'm working on on my map as well too. These are the Onkegs that seek you out.
All right.
The ship has its own life, and if you see here, if you check off all of these reactors, you will suffer a damage. The ship has 4 strikes worth of damage here. You'll be keeping track of the damage. Should this Terra Slider, suffer 4 damage, 4 wounds, this is an unfortunate day for our heroes as they are trapped within the earth wherever they may find themselves. Buried in a cavern, who knows? So we will set forth with our Terra Slider. So we'll use our little dry erase markers here as best as our ability.
Okay.
All right.
And we will work our way, we will futz our way through. Because I got this little thing going on here. I'm gonna do one of these.
Got a marker for Brandon.
You can get a marker too?
There we go.
Here we go. Here we go. And if this light's annoying, we can change it back. So
little tough to see, but it's cool.
Can you make it a little dimmer?
You want it dimmer? Dimmer. I never gave you your left tokens, too.
Oh.
Inginatorum, we're going to learn more about your position back home. Loric, we're going to learn about your childhood, should you guys want to use that.
Togark's SOL. Oh, no, you got one.
Yeah, I gave it to him.
the coin.
You got to bring it to the other two. Okay, so you as the captain, you'll be navigating. You can go ahead and lift off any one of those top 3 portions to determine your starting position.
Crewmates, are you ready?
Ready.
Ready?
All right. The dirt box is gonna start going.
The dirt box.
We're going in the middle.
The dirt box.
I'm lifting this off.
You're gonna lift it off.
All right.
So you can get rid of that blue tacky stuff too. It's just holding that stuff down. Yeah.
Such a shameful name to give to our vessel.
TBD.
It should be something tender, like Charlene.
Okay, so then there are points within this?
Yep, exactly. So you
Okay.
can go south, 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 and when you get into a new one, you'll uncover that one. And if you do south, 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 he's gonna have to check off 4 south little components there.
Okay.
And he's got resources to manage. And if they all fill up, then you guys are gonna suffer a wound.
All right.
So
then-
we need to be in communication here. Also, if you happen to fill up one of these channels, you can erase that channel. They are self-healing conduits. Okay, does that make sense?
Think I understand, but I will verify with you as we go on.
We're gaming now, boys.
Exactly.
Okay.
And for you, you are left to utilize your powers as you see fit.
Right. Okay.
And you obviously do not know what they are at this point.
right.
So,
Obviously.
Yep. So we'll
So
start
we
with the
can't
captain.
move diagonally, right?
Correct. Yep. North, south, east, and
All right,
west.
we're gonna go south to start.
So I check off one on
Yep.
south.
I'm doing nothing.
No, now
One of these.
you're gonna have to check off a box, but you're flying blind here.
So I don't know which one.
You don't know what these are specifically.
So can I choose which one?
Yep.
Or-
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And the meter powers up.
Okay. Yes. This
And
one here.
We're gonna add a little bit of tension here. We're playing roughly in real time. When this goes down, the enemies are gonna move.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So I've checked off. There's the power. This symbol. It's like a black box with symbols on it, and I've allocated the power to that one because there's more room in that one. To go to the top. There's more space.
More meters. Okay.
Incredible work.
So the Terra Slider is navigating its way through. You're gonna have 3 more movements.
Okay. So it looks like west is a chasm, or we could continue south.
And if you go into a chasm, you can go in any direction from that point.
So we have to get to the bottom.
Correct.
Okay. Mm-hmm. We just don't know where in the bottom the exit is, or it's just the bottom.
It's just the bottom.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Get yourself to the bottom as easy as possible.
Get to the bottom.
Right. You just don't know where along the way these
We're
on-kegs
going-
are gonna show up.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
and like these
Go,
things
go,
could
go.
attack you as well too.
We're going south again. Now I think we should go east because there's
Wait.
a big chasm.
Engineer, I'm filling in one that looks like a star with a little extra point, kind of like a flame beneath it.
I do not recognize that symbol.
Okay, well, just saying.
All right. So if a chasm takes up 2 spaces, does that mean we get a free move within the chasm?
Yes, but the on-keg could be there.
Do we want to roll the dice?
So we don't take damage from falling through the
No.
chasm. We just move down extra. Okay. I guess. Yeah.
All right, we're going east.
Okay, you going east.
And then south, but the south move is free. Yes?
Yeah, so
Understanding
you
correctly?
plow through the wall of this earth itself, and you see that the chasm opens up to a giant subterranean pocket of platforms and terraces and ravines just within this giant complex. And your little vehicle here is moving, trucking along.
All right.
So upon doing such things, you can feel, we will see. See on a 1 if this thing,
Oh,
no,
all right.
okay. There, nothing there. So
All right, we've got one more move. We're gonna go south again.
how many movements have you had?
3, and then
And then the
one
free?
free
Yeah,
one.
okay, yeah.
So this
So
is
how
our
does-
last move.
How does the circuit heal itself? Do we know?
We have to complete the circuit,
Yep.
and then it resets.
Correct.
Okay. Do you know which direction we need to go in to to do the next circuit?
I mean, either south or east.
Okay.
Okay, so the timer's done here. These guys are moving, also 4.
Okay. They're moving somewhere.
Okay. All right, well, we're moving south.
Okay, I'm allocating power to the strange runic circle.
So you move 4, you can flip it and look at it. This paper.
How many moves have we made? 4?
4.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed one, so I'm going to allocate one more power. And then 1 free, not counted in the 4, right?
Yes, one free one, because we just fell.
Right.
Gracefully, we flew. Yes, it's falling with style.
Yeah, like sliding, like you find that the ground opens up and you can slide like you were on the surface across all of the rocks and the platforms. Yep, this is real. We're doing this in real
For
time.
reference?
Keep going.
Yes, but you're gonna have to flip it over. You're gonna have to keep flipping it back and forth. Yeah,
Got it.
So we have
and every 4 moves you get a chance to look at it.
Got it.
we have I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm just
You're powering up systems. You just
Okay.
don't know what those systems are.
The target would be a good choice.
yes. So if they fill up, that's not damage?
No, you're filling up systems. You're activating systems.
Oh,
He's preventing
sorry,
damage.
I
Yeah.
know. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, you
Now
guys
I've
are.
understood the idea. Okay,
All
I will
right.
allocate more to more.
We're going deeper. South again.
I'm allocating 1 more to the black box.
I would recommend a turn east.
Okay, that works out because we can dodge this cavern. East we go.
Allocating 1 more. We're almost charged on this
Channel is
system.
full.
Okay, channel's full, so you hear the to be named Terra Slider, code name the dirt box as yet. Sort of like kind of like let out a sigh as you could see like the exhaust like it channeled out.
The dirt box is sad.
Her name is Charlene.
What are you two arguing about?
Can we go south again?
We can.
Okay, that's what we're doing.
I've allocated 1 more to the black box system. It's almost full. The next move will fill it up, I think.
Great. All right, we're just gonna keep going south.
Okay,
no
at this
problem
point,
so far.
you feel a large like scrape up against the side of the machine. It's just like there's something butting up against you, and the machine itself just lets out this like the sound of cracking rock and squealing stone as you feel this scrape up against the side of the Terra Slider. You've encountered the onkegs.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that was my 4th move as well.
Okay, so you can flip
So you
that
can
over,
look at
Brandon.
that
Yeah.
again.
The black box system is almost charged.
So that's them too.
Good. So if we die in this thing, they'll know what happened.
Well, I don't know what it does.
And you'll suffer a damage for that.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Oh, good. Well, don't worry. It seems like we're halfway there at least, so
Okay.
we're making good progress.
Where are we going now?
East.
And so
East.
you've encountered an onkeg. It is hot on your trail.
Oh, boy.
All right, let's go east and try to lose this thing.
East.
Right. I'm filling in the last. The black box seems to be activating. So I can take off the little thing here and see what it is.
No, he can just tell you what it is. That's just blocking like another thing.
Oh, okay.
It reveals a quadrant of the map, presumably.
Oh, it reveals. Oh, look. As you see the quadrant reveal on your map of the black box.
You could do any other quadrant.
Oh, okay.
It's like a radar blast that's gonna show
right.
you other.
Let's scout deep ahead then. See what's here. Oh, that looks pretty promising. Okay.
Very good.
All right.
And there's 2 on keg there.
Oh, you see that
You don't know where they are, but you know they're there in that quadrant. Yep.
Right, I'm gonna charge up another system now.
So since they've main touch now, this is the timer switch for a 2-minute timer now. Every time this isn't, they're gonna move.
Let's dive south.
Go, go, go.
Okay.
Oops. That'll heal up another.
Nice. Keep going, keep going.
They're on your tail.
All right, we're moving south again.
South again.
They have another hit. Scrape up against
Whoa.
you. Another damage.
What?
So if you wanted, you could go into this cavern and fight it toe to toe.
Oh, come out and
Yeah.
start fighting?
Yep. Otherwise, you're in your Terra Slider.
Well, we've passed the cavern at this point.
I've charged up another system. The runic circle.
I have no knowledge of that.
Oh,
You can look,
rats.
but you're only wasting time here.
Remember when he said to power up the target?
That is an auspicious symbol. It will provide us with protection.
Excellent. For how long? Do we know?
Must exhaust in 1d4 rounds. Total shutdown for 1d4 rounds.
Yep. So you'll have the Terra Slider hardens, and you'll be able to withstand any attack for 1d4 rounds. But then you need to shut down and not move for 1d4 rounds.
Okay. Can we choose to use it or not use it?
Correct.
Okay, so I'll roll.
Well, when you use it, you'll know how long.
Oh, then it's
Yeah.
used. Oh, okay.
So,
Should
so
we use
is it a different d4? Is it
Yes.
you roll for
2 separate
each?
d4s. Yep. So you could be impervious for 1 round, but be shut down for 4, or vice versa.
Well, we're getting beat up, so we should use it.
Use it?
Yeah, there's no cavern.
What do you
near us.
say? Do we use this? Do I discharge the thing?
Yeah, use it.
Okay. I'm gonna choose whichever one's the best D4. All right.
No,
this
you-
one's for the damage.
impervious.
3.
Nice. Okay.
1.
Wow.
Amazing.
Lucky.
Okay.
All right. All right, we're gonna continue south.
Oh, hold on. Are we now shut down, or what's the deal?
So we're impervious for 3 moves.
Then you shut down.
Right.
Oh,
This is perfect. We can shut down in a cavern and fight them if they're still following us.
This is true.
Okay. Go. Go. Go.
All right, so we move south 1.
Okay.
I should really be tallying this.
We've
2,
moved.
3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that was the 4th one. So
I'm charging up the star.
you can look
symbol.
at that again if you want, and then south, and then east.
I'm
And then
still
we're shutting
charging.
down.
So that was how many? Sorry, that was south.
South and then east.
South and then east.
Okay, and we're shut down in this cavern. So, are the things still chasing us?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So
Should we try to fight them here? I think we should fight them here. We've already taken a lot of damage to the ship.
So do they attack us? How often do they attack us?
well, as long as they catch up to you,
Oh, I see.
and you can imagine there's weapon systems on here as well too.
I imagine trying to charge them up. Now that I
You can look
understand
at it.
more about this.
Go ahead. Now in this time you can divulge.
Star is almost charged.
The star will allow us to mine in one direction or heal 1 damage, presumably.
Oh, our structure is weakened. That would be very helpful.
The symbol that looks like 3 chili peppers allows us to fire a torpedo or target an attack.
That's completely not charged. What does the other 2 do? Oh, it's too much knowledge for one glance.
Well, he's like has to chart their path.
Yeah.
Wow,
Another lens clicks down, and I look back at you like,
While maintaining the energy of the system. Okay, so you guys have two damage dealt, 2 left, right?
Yes,
And that's where the
correct.
Terra Slider stands.
And we're stuck in this cavern.
We're stuck in this for 1 turn, and Jan can, you can see, burrow out of this opening.
So they're in the cavern, right? They're emerging into the cavern. 2
Yep.
of them.
Can we just fight them toe to toe? Get out of the ship?
Yeah, that's in this cavern. Yeah, absolutely.
Could be just as dangerous.
Yeah, but I don't think we're gonna get out of here with the ship intact if we don't get rid of them.
May as well.
All right, he gets his javelin and his spear.
All right, come on,
So
my
I'm
squishy
gonna-
friends. Let's fight these bugs.
Okay, so as you guys, I can imagine like the doors of this Terra Slider, like the bricks kind of like curl apart and reveal out into this dark chasm. Who's got the light source?
Oh, dark. Well, anybody, I guess, can do it. I have some torches.
I have something for this. Inginatorum will rifle around in a pouch,
Okay.
and what he's looking for is a special blend of luminescent mushrooms, which function as a light spell.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sweet.
I
Nice
must
to be
ask
with
you more about these mushrooms.
Natural 1, baby. Something about this Terra Slider. What is on your mind? I don't know. Do you accept that roll?
Wait. Is there anything I can do?
Got some shamanistic things.
Actually-
Getting warmed up to new characters. Got our luck tokens. We got this old bad boy out in the middle there, the Orus.
Rats.
Son of a bitch, I'm out of mushrooms.
I took the wrong guy.
That's fine. I have a torch.
Do you accept that roll?
No.
It will be a wizard failure. It's a crit fail.
Keep your torch.
oh,
I have something way cooler that I can do.
Well, we're still resolving this roll.
okay.
Because we have luck tokens, we have Orus, we have... Do you accept that roll?
I actually would like to think back to my days in the old world.
Okay.
It reminds me of a time during a sapping operation where we were trying to bring down a mighty wall. And in our haste, we forgot a light source. And so what I cleverly was able to do was look around and see if there was a glowing caterpillar making its way along the wall, and I used its innards to coat my stick.
Brilliant.
And create a torch, if you will.
The magic of nature.
And so Inginatorum will look around the cavern and see if he can identify
Roll it.
one of these
Let's see if he can find
luminescent
one.
Quick, grab a bug.
3.
my
A crit fail.
bugs. Oh, better than the last time, I suppose.
It wasn't a total fuck up, but it's pretty bad.
Looks like we'll need that light after all.
All right, so I've got the torch.
Okay, so you can see,
I've just been standing there as he's telling the story, like. Okay, so anyway, I got the torch.
She's like pitch black, and she's like, I wonder if there's any glowing caterpillars. And we're all looking around like, clearly not.
you got a ganger coming. Shut up, old man.
In here, there's no
All right, so I light the
caterpillars.
torch and stick it in like a crack on the machine, so that
Yep,
it's kind of like holding on the machine.
It creates a natural sconce of stone as it like reacts to your thoughts and commands.
Thank you. I'm thanking the machine, blessing it.
You have 2 names up in the air right now. Yeah, I'd love to hear your name for it. TBD. Okay, so the light you can see, in a near radius, the chasm echoes far within the chamber, and you can hear clearly the crawling of chitinous legs and the chittering of its mandibles just having its sights set on you. What are you guys gonna do? You see, you are protected. You're at your arms.
I'm tying my rope around the spear, so now I've got that ready to go for recovering it.
Okay, cool.
Togark.
I draw my staff and prepare to cast a spell, but not anyone in particular.
Okay. So you guys just standing
Ready to
right by this. You all are girding yourself and bunkering down next to this Terra Slider.
Yes, I'm totally not prepared to run back into the Terra Slider if things get bad. It's
Okay.
not what I'm doing. I'm sure everything will go great.
Do you guys have ranged or dex checks, perhaps, that might be happening? Ranged attacks?
I have ranged attacks.
Spells.
Spells.
Right.
Yeah, does that count?
Well, do I think that these creatures are within near distance from me? Or are they far still?
Go ahead, make a wisdom check.
Okay, 5. You can't tell.
You cannot tell.
Does the torch light the whole cavern?
No, imagine this huge cavern. You're
Okay.
just this small little orb that's just like holding down. You can hear off in the distance cracking rock and crumbling stone, and it
We
just
can't even see them.
no.
Okay.
And it just so happens as you inquire, you can hear. It's just quiet.
Did they lose us because we stopped moving?
I don't like the sounds of that. And he starts fumbling around with his belt buckle, pressing various dials and knobs.
Does it feel like we have 10 minutes of peace that we could... Oh, actually, I don't need that right now. Never mind.
Yep, he's casting another spell. 9 on the die, plus your intelligence of plus
plus
1 is 10. You need 10 plus the spell level. You need at least an 11 for a first level spell.
I'm having a very difficult time today.
Wake up! Do we feel like we may have 10
Inginatorum.
minutes to commune with the spirits?
You could certainly try, but you get the feeling no. Get the-
I
like-
feel some rumble.
You feel some tension in the air.
Right. Well, this is not going well. I'm going to... Can I...
How about this? With your knowledge of nature and the world around you, what do you think would be a good way of detecting or luring or identifying these insect-like creatures?
Well, in fact, I have a spell that is the Call to the Wild.
Okay.
Normally, it's the Call to the Sea, but here, of course, very dry, so perhaps Call to the Sands or something like that. And that summons animals from far to our aid, actually.
Okay.
Determined by the GM how
Nice.
many. I guess we could roll, or you could just tell us, whatever. And their levels are 2 times my level.
Okay. But
And
combined.
They arrive in 1 round, and they take an instinctual action to help us. So I think that they could somehow assist in this situation. So I'm going to do the Call to the Wild. That one I don't have advantage, so... Alright, so it works. Boom, and so I just begin thumping my spear, and I have a drum that I carry with me, a stretched skin of some, animal from the sea. Perhaps it's like a rib cage or something, and just kind of thumping the drum and banging on the rock and calling out to the cavern to attract the animals that will arrive next round.
Absolutely. As you are doing this within the cavern, you all hear just like the foaming of liquid, and you can just feel like this dripping, spitting acid down onto you as you're casting your spell. Let's see. All right, let's see. Let's see if this acid's gonna hit you as these on-keks spit down at you. We need a 6 or higher. 8. And the acid comes spitting down, and it's some brutal acid. You take 6 damage.
Jesus!
2d6. And it's like this. You can see Loric. He's summoning and channeling, and he's creating this resonance within the cavern. And you can feel like there's a disturbance in the wind and the air, chittering. Some sounds of creatures come to life, but then this acid pours down upon him, burning him incessantly.
Incessantly.
think so.
Did we see the Ankeg do this, or did it just come out of the darkness?
Out of the darkness, yeah, like high out above.
Ass eater, no.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna eat your spell. What are you doing, Togark?
Do I have to see my target for magic missile to work?
Yes.
Okay. There's not a whole lot I can do in the situation.
I'll let you do it with disadvantage. Pure disadvantage, even though that spell has advantage. You're firing in the dark, shooting from the hip.
Instead, I think I'm going to pick up a stone and use light on it and cast it into the cavern to hopefully reveal where
Okay.
where the creatures are. 19. Easy.
Go ahead, describe it.
So I pick up a stone and mumble a few words over it, and it starts to glow very brightly. And then, using both hands, I just throw it towards where I think the acid came from.
Yeah, it came from above. So
It
you
came
can
from
imagine a little
above.
pebble, you know, just
Okay.
like, when you
Yeah.
whip it up, and you can see the glowing. You see just the mandibles like sticking out of the rock, like it's burrowed itself around. And now it's just like spinning it out of the round from the cavern above you.
Oh,
And
God.
your light, like as it comes through, you can see it's like, and it starts to like react to it and almost like start revealing more of itself as it is coming after the light.
Interesting.
Inginatorum.
Is the Ankeg, so it's exposed now?
Yeah. Half of it.
Half of it? One Ankeg?
That you see? Yeah.
All right. Inginatorum takes a little vial full of crushed crystal, slaps it into the gauntlet, another lens, clicks down, and takes aim with magic missile.
All right, nice. Go for
Nice.
Cool.
He's got the Iron Man. Oh, non-copyrighted.
Metal man.
Oh wait, I have advantage on
Metal
this.
guy.
Metal dude.
You got a 3 and an 8. For a total
Time
of.
to roll on this one. All right, so
Oh no.
in this moment of, crazy nonsense happening around him,
Totally.
Loric remembers his childhood amongst the rocky, craggy islands off, far off the coast of the old world. Thinks of a cavern in which he, the others would play as children. And there they encountered another very, very powerful shaman that was indeed quite like a wizard as well. And he taught them many ways to manipulate magic, some more earth-like, some more, traditional in the sense of casting spells. And he remembers this powerful magic missile of sorts that he could cast that slew a huge, monstrous fish that always kind of lurked around this cavern as all the kids were watching him. And this was like, wow, what a heroic moment. So he's remembering this and he's like, oh, kill the creature. So,
Roll it.
Both are
Both. Ten. Fucking 9.
Your teeth.
I need to not roll on that map.
retire
anymore.
those dice.
Yeah.
But you got 10 plus 1, right?
Oh,
Yeah, but
Yeah, it was 10 plus 1.
Yeah,
you're
10
right.
plus 1, 11. You just
Yeah.
squeaked by.
so invoking this epic magic user of the past, in his name.
I aim slightly left. What I was.
Yeah, you refocus your lens.
He's like, Jeeves, recalibrate. Talking to your assistant in your head.
2 points of damage.
Okay, you can see describe your missile.
It's a beam of light, white, slightly purplish, emanating from the palm of the gauntlet.
And it beams into the Zonkag and scrapes its side. Still pretty hardy though. what do you do? Is that it?
This might be a misguided fight.
Only did 2 damage.
How long has it been?
If you guys want, you could get back in this Terra Slider. It's just you're in such an inopportune position. This thing would just attack that thing, as opposed to you guys. Which one's more valuable? That's sort of the tough question you guys need to ask yourself right now. Don't know.
I'm gonna move away from the Terra Slider, but try to find cover behind something.
Sure. Okay.
I'm gonna move into the cover of perhaps the doorway to, maintain my spell, but be out of the range of getting dripped on by the acid.
I would like to go with the youths.
Well, they split up. So which one?
Which youth?
Damn, both youths. I'll go with Togark.
All right. So you're hiding beneath the rocks, or in the cover of the actual cavern itself. The light of the torch. You are still within the light, but you're hidden from the actual sight, and you can see that there's the Onkeg starts crawling down closer and closer to this Terra Slider, when from underneath the other one starts burrowing up from underneath it, slowly moving it to the edge of the ledge.
Oh god.
Terra Slider?
It's quite a ways away, but it's trying to slowly move it. So there's one up above and one down below.
Does my summoning attract the animals?
From the darkness, you see a swarm of these giant, leathery, winged, long-tipped nose creatures with bulbous stingers as tails. Ooh. An array of sting bats come to your aid.
All right.
They're level 1, so you'll have 8 of these little guys. They are quite a... Yeah, you can run these bad boys.
As I'm chanting and getting burned and retreating into the doorway,
They are the very thing that you would need right now to turn the tide against you. So, if you want, for the sake of it all, you can roll a bunch of d20s and see how many hit. Go
Put
ahead.
them in, boys.
That's fun.
Put them in the middle. Let's roll them. Well, let's each roll them. Let's all roll. Right?
Okay.
If these things are
we're rolling.
Let's all roll our things in the middle here. Ready? All right. Right here. Woo!
How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what are their stats?
So all right. So they have AC 12, 4 HP, and their attack is with their beak. Right. So they sting, and they can fly, of course, near, and it's D4 plus blood drain. So I'm assuming that's
What's the hit?
Is there a +1 to
I don't know. 1 beak plus 2.
Yeah, so +2. Okay, so they need a 12 or higher. Any dice that has a 12 or higher, which is
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5. All right, 5.
Nice.
And that does what damage? D4?
Plus blood drain, yes. Yeah.
Oh, geez. So roll 5 D4.
Here's 2 of them.
Go ahead, you guys roll that.
All right.
3, 4,
Oh, I got 2 4s.
8. Wow.
One more?
Roll 1.
Yeah.
2.
Nice.
Which one are they going after?
So they are targeting the one. So the one that's under would be closer to us, right?
They're close. I mean, they're
the
near.
stingbats are flying, right?
Yeah, but
All right.
you make the decision which one's more
we can't
threatening.
control them. But I would say it makes more sense that they would go, since they're in the air.
Yeah, they would go after the one. Yeah.
coming down.
Yep.
They just swarm it and start.
Yeah, and deal how much
stinging at
damage?
it.
A lot of damage.
So 7, 8, 2. So
17.
17? And you can see like a pincushion, these stingbats just swarm. And this Onkeg is just riddled to pieces with just these puncture wounds, and it just crumples down, and it's trying its best to bite and claw back, but these stingbats just swarm the hell out of it and just decimate this thing.
Yeah.
How long do these things last?
fights.
Yeah, bug fights in the cavern. How long do these things last?
Focus.
Oh, so you have to cast this every time it's your turn.
Well, looky me, it's my turn again.
These things are moving, and let's just say the Terra Slider falls over the edge in 1 round.
Oh, no.
okay.
Okay, time to get back inside.
All right, so, well, we all get some attacks on it, I guess.
Yep.
I'm going to... So while I'm focusing, I can't use another chant. It's one at a time.
You can use another spell. It can't be a focus spell.
They're all focused.
Then no.
Okay. I
But
think.
just as a rule, you can have.
You can use your spear, though.
Yeah, but if you were to cast a spell, if it's a focus spell, it cancels it out.
Okay. Well, anyway. So anyway, the Stingbats are still here, so I'm going to maintain this connection to them
Hopefully.
with the chant. And,
What do you need?
So that is a DC.
It's gonna be what level spell is it?
11.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
a
it's
level 1
11.
spell. Okay, so you're gonna need 11 or higher.
It's a level 2.
So you need a 12 or higher.
DC 11 it says.
Oh.
Maybe because it's a chant.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know. But anyway, so all right.
Would you roll 2?
2.
Brutal.
All right.
Do you accept that roll?
No. I don't. Does anyone want to? No, yeah,
Nah, Togark's too busy right now.
all right, so, I guess.
He's over there squirming by a rock.
Togark is not too busy.
You're looking at this Oris.
I'm remembering.
Loric. Loric dealing with the old Oris mechanism. There's some interesting powers in here now. For 3 charges, you can roll any die and determine if the new roll's accepted. There's
I
an
can just
interesting.
roll this right, as the die.
Yeah,
roll.
yeah, or just roll a die as well. But that's the cool actual device. All these things have some die roll capability,
All right, I'm just gonna do the 3 and re-roll it.
or you can re-roll with advantage if you're really serious.
Oh, with the 4. Sure. I re-roll with advantage by thinking of what I was doing with the Oris back in Arventa when I had nothing to do for all those.
All right, go ahead. Put 4 check marks on that bad boy. As this thing ratchets up, gems.
I had plenty of
Light up.
time to spin this Oris. Oh.
Got that last one. Put session 15.
Oh, here?
Yeah, I'm just like keeping track of when these things get triggered. As you use this,
I'll
you.
put it at the beginning, right?
We'll do it the last one,
Oh.
unless we do it again.
Well,
But
we might.
sure.
5 left.
As you use the Oris, you tap into Miss Biggs and Arcuria's essence as you see their desires and wishes imbued within this device. Oh my goodness. One is a 10.
because I have 2.
Okay, and the
So-
what the other?
The other one was a 9.
9 and 10.
We're
Wow,
taking
you guys
L's
are
here, but
yeah.
it passes, so I maintain the focus,
Mhm.
and I'm able to
Continue.
continue,
your
energizing these
Excellent.
Stingbats.
You are our only hope. Keep it up.
Now, for the Stingbats, some of them are attached, some of them aren't, right?
Nah, this thing's dead. So there's.
Oh, they just, okay.
Yeah. You got 8 of those bad boys, huh?
Mhm.
That's really strong. All right, Togark. You're up. You see, the Terra Slider getting nudged and pushed and clawed towards this edge. Stingbats flying above, spin cushioning this onkeg into oblivion as it squeals and dies in its own acidic blood. And there you are amongst the rocks with a new dwarf companion who seems to have the power of ingenuity on his side, if he could use it.
Yeah, when it works.
Yeah. When his mind is young and nimble. What do you do?
All right. My only real option is magic missile.
Do it.
What happened to
Among the beating, thumping, the flapping of wings, it's chaos in here.
So I lower my staff and take aim at the bug creature.
Leaning over. Ooh.
Success.
All right. It's with advantage too. Roll it again.
I mean, if it's already
Well, it could be a 20.
oh, it could be a 20. Not a
Okay,
20.
that's fine.
Bummer.
We know. All right. So what's your missile look like? I think I asked you that before. I always like to know what people's missiles look like.
It's like a bluish, purplish point of light.
Nice.
How focused for Togark.
2 damage.
Okay. Again, this thing's fresh from underneath. Staying hidden.
No, I'm gonna move towards the slider. And try to get inside.
You can get inside if you'd like.
I'm gonna get inside the slider.
Okay. Inginatorum.
You're in the slider, right?
Yeah, I'm like in the doorway, blocking you to get it up. Oh shit!
Oh my god!
What are you trying to do here? What did you roll this for?
Man.
He's rifling around in his backpack, looking for something, but can't seem to find it. However, he does not accept this situation.
Oh my god, this thing is getting... What are you going to do? Advantage? What are you trying to do, by the way?
Casting a tier 2 spell.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
All right, there it is, the Oris paper.
And yeah, we'll do it with I guess we'll do it with advantage, which is 5, you said?
It should be 4, I think, right?
4?
Or, I don't know. I can't see.
4 is with
Advantage or disadvantage.
4 is with advantage? Alright, I'll do it with advantage.
Wow, okay. So how many charges on this thing now?
We'll have 1 box left.
Oh my god, so this 3rd tier is filled, and yeah, you get the visions of Miss Big and Arcuria, their desires, and you start manifesting your own need, your own desires within the Oris, your own vision. That's 1.
This one's the second one.
What's the first one?
It's either a 13, it looks like.
Okay, and what's your other one?
2. So I guess I'm going with the
Get rid of
13.
this die, please. This thing is cursed.
It's both of them.
Cursed.
Throw them out now.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm an old man. I'm doing my best.
No.
Look at you. Your party's like, here, take this good bag of dice.
Can't get him out of here.
But the 13, the 13
Works.
doesn't.
Okay, go ahead,
So-
check off the boxes.
Yes.
I want you to feel that Oris with every check. Something in this thing is intriguing. It must be hella intriguing to Inginatorum.
Yeah, studying the strange arcane visions swirling within the device, he suddenly locks in as one of his lenses slides into place as he gazes into its arcane orifice. And then suddenly sees the path forward. Remembers where he stashed the large sack full of sticky goo.
Yes, go on.
And using his short dwarven
Using his
stature,
arcane orifice, he casts sticky goose.
Keep it going.
he hurls this bag of sticky goo at the Anke,
Yes.
replicating a web spell.
Yes.
The effect is it creates a near-sized cube of sticky, spiderweb-like situation within the spell's range. The creature that's stuck in the web can't move and must succeed on a strength check versus the spellcasting check, which was a 14.
Hell
by
yeah.
modifier, in order to free itself. So I
Okay.
presume that stops it from pushing the slider anymore until it frees itself.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's got +2, so it's gonna need a 12 or higher.
Yep.
Okay, just for the sake of that. Okay, so
And we cannot forget.
that's gonna come around to your turn. This just saved the Terra Slider that one round, another round, as this thing is now trying to like further push and claw its way down the trench to push this Terra Slider off the edge. When this bag of goop just explodes in a web of tendrils and rope. What color is it?
Green. Viscous green.
Like
slime.
TMNT. Yeah, ooh, it's just
Kids TV channel.
Yeah, exactly.
Green goo.
Okay, so the Yonkeg is now trying to rip its way out of the slime. I don't like a screen. 11. I needed a 12 or higher. So the squealing at the top of its little insect lungs here. And the Terra Slider's safe for another round, presumably. All right. Loric, you are holding on to your sting bats.
Chanting and calling them to action. All 8 of them. Let's do this once again.
Party style.
Ooh, I got a crit.
Crit.
All right, so is that 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, these weren't rolled, right?
The brown ones were not rolled.
I got one here.
So that's 2. All 3 of these are all of these rolled?
Yeah, we all rolled
okay.
2.
All right. Nice.
And one of them.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or just one of yours?
One of mine.
4 plus 1 crit.
Okay, go ahead. Roll for damage. Let's start with that. And if we can need it, I'm
How do crits work again?
just gonna roll it twice.
So I
Yeah,
have
go ahead.
1. You can roll 2, Sam, right? You got 2.
I got 2.
Look
yeah.
at this thing. These sting bats fly and flutter underneath this sticky on keg. It
One
just.
for your, did you roll your damage?
I didn't know.
Okay, I'll do that
You guys
one.
can. This. It's the bug against bug here.
So 4 plus 4, so 8.
11.
19 damage.
Is it 19 damage?
Yeah.
Okay, you can see that this thing just gets penetrated again like a pin cushion, and just within the sticky goo, just its arms and its long insect-like antennae just twitch down one last twitch and just become embedded in this glue and just completely becomes inert. As you have defeated the last of the Onkeg thanks to this swarm of sting bats brought up from the depths of this cavern.
Let's go.
So is that the end of the Onkegs for now?
These are the two that got a hold of you, yep.
Okay.
One moment. If we're out of initiative,
More or less. Did a moment of reprieve. What happens with your sting bats? Because you keep them till the focus runs out, right?
Yeah, I can't control them or anything. They're just around helping. Do they have helpful properties? Perhaps their stinging, their venom, plus the acid of the Onkegs combines to create an antidote to wounds. But as I'm chanting, they now turn their attention to me and come and sting me with the antidote to heal me.
It's like a reverse acid type of thing.
Yes, exactly.
It's not corrosive. It's generative.
Yes,
Okay, let's
exactly.
see. Does this actually heal you? I'm gonna oracle this. All right. Yes. I got an 18.
Nice. Come to me.
that defies my knowledge of chemistry.
No, what the fuck is happening? Believe me, you don't know the power of the earth.
These are sting bats we're talking about, and you get heals 2 hit points. As you can feel that their blood-sucking capability combined with the acid of the Onkeg just seem to create this viscous air that heals the burns on your skin for 2
Where's
hit
my
points
pencil?
of damage.
Where's my pencil? Is that it over there?
I don't know, we're getting crazy here.
How the hell did I get over there? Okay, so, great. That's helpful.
Is there any way to harvest the acid from the...
You could, it's just gonna
Slain
take
creatures.
a while, yeah.
Well, okay, so while they're doing
It's
that,
gonna take a while. I
I'm going
don't
to
know if we
go-
really have time.
into the thing and begin meditating and chanting. I'm doing a healing circle. So we have a few minutes.
It's 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, it's not a real time, is it?
No,
We're gonna say
no.
Yeah.
But I'm saying it'll be
In
encounters.
game, yeah.
It'll be encounter rolls.
How many would that be?
I'll roll 3.
So it says random encounter is increased.
Okay, then 4.
It'll be 4. Do we want to do it or no? Could be helpful.
4 random encounter
Just
rolls.
get out of here.
I think we should we're almost out. Let's just get out of here.
All right, let's go. Never mind. So is it going to be a random encounter if you harvest stuff?
If I
Yeah,
harvest
yes, yeah, it'll be 1.
Okay, forget it. We're out of here.
All right, let's go.
On his way back into the Terra Slider, Inginatorum will reach down to his belt and pull up a one-handed light hammer and look at the Onkeg corpse as he walks past and goes, "This is a hammer I call Kelsey and smacks the corpse with it as he walks past into the Terra Slider.
See, it just like crunches in on the side, revealing its brains. Its sticky, ooey, gooey brains, similar to your sticky, ooey, gooey bag of goo.
Interesting.
Technology.
Ingie, I meant to ask you about that. Where exactly did you get a bag of goo?
Dwarven secrets, my friend. Dwarven secrets.
Okay, you keep your secrets.
Don't ask, and I won't tell.
So what are you guys gonna do now? You tap this moment. You guys have used the Oris pretty significantly this round. How do you feel about that? Inginatorum.
Do we have time?
I mean, we're laying our thoughts as we're heading into the Terra Slider.
Yeah. Just wondering in general. This is a heavy device. This is an artifact from the old world here that speaks to something beyond anything you've seen back home.
I am intrigued. I have not seen anything like this in my travels. But curiosity killed the cat. A scientific approach will be best.
Is it a boon or a bane? It helped you. It showed you this path to throw your web. I think that's to how you did it. So it literally showed you the desirable path in the future that has now become the present and now is behind you in the past.
I don't know, Ingie. It's clearly a very powerful artifact. If it didn't want to be used, it wouldn't have found us.
I think I've grown more trusting of it as I've heard the stories of others using it and seeing life-saving paths and realities. I've seen now its power for myself in action.
In the right hands, it might be quite a boon to our Venta.
I think it is so far.
With the resonating bang of the hammer, the light hammer of Kelsey, you can see that the Terra Slider, to be named,
Dirtbox.
seems to like the vacuum and the exhaust that poured out this heavy silt that has been built up, and amongst it, this thing is expended, as if it picked up something in its travels and in its filtration system, and it was inside of it, and just ejected it out of its back. Very intriguing to
What is it,
Inginatorum.
Ingie?
This is a device known as the Echoing Scroll.
Okay.
You note its thin, metallic, parchment-like properties that reverberate with the boom of thunder. It appears that when unrolled and activated via sign, it allows the user to replay memories or conversations from the past, as though reliving them in vivid detail.
Cool.
So it seems in your travels, have you picked up some of these old Cyclopean treasures that have been long lost and buried thanks to your Terra Slider, your dirt box, your
Charlene!
Charlene. All right.
Well, I think we should continue. Our I don't know, allies are waiting for us to assault this castle, so we shouldn't waste any more time.
Yes.
Get in, I'll drive!
Okay, Ingie, if you say so.
Oh, I didn't actually mean...
I'll just tell you.
I'll navigate, you drive.
Okay.
My eyes aren't as good as they used to be.
We have one more use until we can activate the reparation system that will repair
Well
the
done.
ship.
Well, we're going south.
We're going south.
And that is 4, then.
So you can check the thing. There are two more, a sort of cross and then a insect-like symbol. What do those mean?
So you can look. So you guys jump back into the Terra Slider as it starts penetrating the earth.
The star? No.
Sort of cross.
The cross will allow us to move faster.
Okay, and the other one that looks like a sort of animal creature with a pointy head?
The squid or spider or
Yes,
other
yes, that thing.
public domain Lovecraftian symbol allows us to create a joint signed objects, and it manifests within far.
So you all will create something with your
whatever.
hands and gestures, and it will manifest itself in physical space.
Keep going.
Could be walls, could be bridges, could be holes, could be whatever.
Doesn't seem that useful. Let's go.
Die!
It's one of the most powerful things on that thing.
Well, it's too late.
We're diving further south.
Okay, as you start approaching, you get the presence of something old and ancient and big looming around the presence of this castle.
Something living.
Oh, yeah.
Is it one of the wyverns?
It's underground. It's underground here.
There's no reason they couldn't be underground,
A
right?
mega ankeg.
Something old and ancient. It
Dale.
just has this presence here.
Well, charge up the. What was this? What was the cross?
That would allow us to move faster, but I'm wondering if instead we heal ourselves.
We already did that.
We already healed
It
one?
filled up.
Did we take one damage off the meter?
Yes. I'm activating things.
well,
We had 3
Shit.
damage?
Yeah, I think.
I thought we had
Yeah.
two.
No, I thought we had 2. I don't
Uh,
think you removed a damage.
You had to at one point.
There were 3. I didn't write a third one and then erase it. So
Ah,
Oh.
Damn!
Shit.
interesting
these
use of
charge, right?
instrumentation.
Use them again? Correct. Yeah, they charge and you expel them and then you can refill them, yep.
Well, shit, I think we're close to the castle. I don't know if we need the extra speed.
all right, I'll do the other one that lets us summon things.
Okay.
Apparently, that's powerful according to the voice by.
Well, it's the way it's described is a little convoluted, but
right.
Would you 2 shut up? I'm trying to drive.
Where are we going?
Can't this thing dive any
We're
faster?
going south, where we've made it
South.
to the end.
so if you choose to pursue this route, you will face this chakur, this ancient subterranean
No, we will
creature.
We'll fight it.
Well, you will face it. You'll approach it. You're gonna engage it in some way, but you can already feel something tickling your brain, like it's reaching out telepathically.
Ooh.
Does, if I turn my head, does it tickle more to the east or west?
It's this whole quadrant. If you choose to go to like a different quadrant, who knows what's there?
Go to the other quadrant.
Okay, so now we're doing 1
west.
minute. So these onkegs that are still out there are traveling.
We're going west.
Okay. Quick,
And
reveal the thing.
We're gonna go west again. And that's 4.
Ah, that feels like it's not there anymore, and we've charged up the power of Christ, and it compels the cakes to go away. And we've charged this thing that I wasn't sure about, but luckily you can now tell us again
go ahead, you can
what
look
it
again.
does.
It allows us
Squid
to
thing.
create a joint signed object and manifest it within far.
Wait, I don't think you guys are talking about the right thing.
No, he is.
The squid thing?
Yeah.
What's squid thing?
It's like got like 6 arms and a little pointy
Yeah, it
head.
looks like a squid. You don't think that's a squid?
I don't think he's navigating the path correctly. Oh, see, you've done everything wrong. These are all mixed up. You have to read the path.
Oh,
I think you mixed too hard.
No, he's not even following the path.
I didn't realize I was supposed to be. Okay.
They're all mixed up. The description next to the symbol is not what they are.
Well, too late
Yeah,
now.
too late now. So everything was wrong. Yeah, sorry, my fault. So it's like the description with the symbol is not what it is.
Well, what is that squid thing? Is it useful?
Now he needs to figure that out and trace the path to the actual description.
Oh, God almighty.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, go to overhead cam and put this thing on the table for the viewers, please.
Look at this thing. A thing of beauty. A thing of beauty.
Intuitive.
That makes sense to me. I should have elaborated. What are the black lines then? What are the black lines
It
then?
might have made more sense if there were like
Arrows or
all the symbols on one side and all the boxes on the other.
Yeah.
It was kind of like
Nah, I wanted to mix them up. Now I sure mixed them up.
We're all mixed up over here.
all right. Well, we're at the bottom anyway. Can we get out of here?
All right.
Can we get out of here?
What Lovecraftian horror awaits us in this quadrant? We're in a new quadrant now.
Yeah, so this...
In the middle one.
In this instance, you are faced with rock elemental, like earth elementals that, again, have this sort of like presence of, what are you doing? You know, you can feel there's just this...
They're like guarding the castle?
No, they're just living amongst themselves in the ground, but ahead of you, they recognize this Terra Slider has one of their own, like, imbued within it. And so they're, you know, not telepathically, but in like, you know, like rock reverberation language. You can see like through the intercom systems, they're just like, why that is ours, our brethren, you enslave. What do you do here?
Also not great.
Nope.
Inginatorum will respond in primordial.
Okay.
It's very guttural and rock-like, and he will state that the slider is... We are borrowing this slider. We found it this way, but if this is one of your brethren, once we reach our destination, perhaps we can return him to you.
What's your charisma?
I got a +1.
When will that happen?
We are assaulting this sunken castle that lies beyond your borders. If you were to help us assault it, perhaps it would go faster.
Right away, in fact. Imminently. Perhaps.
Will you seek more of us to fuel your devices?
No, certainly not. I am one of you, of the earth.
You are not one of me. You live within one of ours.
My home is under the mountains. Hence I am also of the earth.
You do not travel through rocks. Present yourself to me through the rock.
Is there any port that I may present my dwarven visage?
Sure, yeah.
through
There's
to these earth
where
elementals?
Togark is, there's like a little way out. Obviously, it's been nothing but rock this whole time.
Sure. Inginatorum will post up right at that port. And what the hell? Hungry? And make an offering of an iron spike through the portal.
Like through it?
Yeah.
So I can imagine maybe there's like a little compartment that you can like exchange
Sure,
things on
yeah.
your side.
Or just, yeah. I don't know.
Well, it's like a window. So when you're above ground, you can get some fresh air.
Right, but if you were to open it now, you're underground. Like it's completely like gravel and rock everywhere.
Perhaps, can we slow the
Like a
slider?
submarine, just open the door
Can
a
we
little
slow the slider to a slow crawl to do this?
Oh, we're like drifting around. We're talking to them. We're still just spinning in circles.
I figured we were
crazily.
stopped.
Sure, you can be stopped. You're still underground, completely
Yeah,
submerged.
yeah,
Yeah, okay,
yeah.
I like what you're trying to do. So, kind of exchange. Where is this iron from?
It's from my home under the mountain. It's from my personal collection.
The minerals are rich. I haven't tasted something like this in 1,000 generations. You come from a faraway land.
Unfamiliar with your customs, to be sure.
This is surprising. We have sent many above us, and now to see you all in front of us. Yet, you use one of ours. Why?
We found our enemies using this, and we're planning on taking them by surprise. That is the only reason we have this vessel.
The castle beyond our borders digs deeper and deeper, extracting the very thing that we have tried to keep hidden. You call it Glasseater, the metal that amplifies agony.
Yes, yes.
Familiar with its properties through my studies.
So I can also speak primordial. So I'm going to chime in and say, yes, yes, they are your enemies like ours. These creatures within the castle, they want more power. They want more space. They want everything they can take. They will take our lives and then they will come for yours, and they will not stop until they've extracted everything they can, and then they will leave a husk of a castle and a desert where they have come from. We must stop them at all costs.
Our lives are not the same as yours. We are eternal as long as the earth is within the ground. That is something that will never be removed. But the Glasseater, the metal, is not to be spread on the earth. It is to remain deep and hidden, like all pain and suffering. Something you do not think we understand, but we do, having the earth bear down upon us. This Glasseater, this iron you feed us, the words you share, they are but a small offering. Yet, one that has not been made under friendly terms in a long time. We will take you to this Sunken Castle, and we will grant you entry. But we will determine if we will join you in your struggle.
When you can feel that they start like moving away from you.
Our thanks. Here's another
Like
spike.
leading you the way, almost
Give
like
them a spike too.
unlike the Terra Slider, they're like opening a cavern passageway.
Oh, cool.
Many thanks.
So, what was all that?
I think
You
we're
guys
good.
just started making rock noises, and then they all went
They
away.
will grant us passage.
Excellent work.
They would prefer that we leave the Glasseater alone.
We didn't want that anyways, right?
I
No.
didn't.
Okay.
I am here on behalf of Valerius to see if Paravas is trapped within the castle and to explore its arcane secrets.
Ah, yes.
Glasseater is less interesting to me than that.
All right. Well, full steam ahead.
All right, you guys start punching your way through. What's left on your? You guys have a solid ship, no damage. Okay,
A little bit.
yeah. So as you're heading towards this sunken castle, you can see there's elements of this brick walls, like a very mortared and constructed castle wall that makes its way in front of you, appears before you and underneath the ground. There's almost long elements of fangs or limbs or tentacles, or reminiscent of a picture that someone long ago, Hilarious, saw within a drawing, like spider legs that have like dug its way into the ground. And you can make out various shapes as you pass by them within the earth. And the earth elementals have like opened up some of these passageways, but without disturbing them. But they clearly convey that there's like this grasping legs and claws that are digging deeper and deeper into the ground.
Very unnatural.
Totally, and it's in stark contrast to the complete natural earth, which is rocks and caverns. And as you get closer, you can see that the legs in themselves start like shifting, moving, and they start like flexing as if raising itself back up. and the caverns start collapsing around you. We're gonna have to make one last-ditch effort to see if you all can successfully find yourself in the Sunken Castle here. We're gonna go back to our regular character sheets though and move this mini game away. So we're gonna make a united effort here. The captain, the Togark, is gonna do his best to navigate the ship. The engineer here is gonna do his best to keep the systems powered, while old Loric over here is gonna do his best to communicate the subsystems and their functionality. So, what do you guys do, narratively, to do such things? You have this dagger that controls this thing. You have the engine system that has been loading and unloading and shuttling different power sources around. You have all those consoles that have been, kept you occupied. Tell me, in this final last-ditch effort, what do you guys do here?
Well, I believe I know how to withdraw power from certain systems and allow us to move more quickly.
Loric, right?
Yes.
Could you use the radar to chart us a clear path into the castle?
I can.
See
I can
through the
I
rock?
can reveal an area ahead of us.
All
See
right.
if it's a path or not.
Let's do that.
Okay. The last little chart. Okay, we'll hold that on this on side.
After careful observation and study, I think I finally figured out the trick to this system. Whack!
He's like humming and like kind of likes it.
Whoa. Got into it.
What kind of game are we playing?
Hey, it's Earth Elemental, it likes to get roughed around, I guess. So
All right. So I've got the
hums and chimes and
I've got the charge allocated to the detection system.
okay, wisdom or intelligence, make a roll.
I'll go with intelligence.
Okay, so you're navigating, you're charting a course, you're creating a trajectory here.
So 11.
Okay, that's.
Try that again?
Well, we're gonna go around. You might want to say that for yourself. So
Yeah.
these guys are gonna
okay.
allow to determine if you're gonna roll with advantage or disadvantage
What do you mean?
because you're
determine?
captain. So these guys are feeding your last rolls to determine if you can successfly navigate this ship into a opportune position in the Sunken Castle. Otherwise, if you don't, you're probably gonna make it, but it's gonna be in a very inopportune position.
Oh,
You need a 12 or higher. So
I couldn't do it, but
You're gonna need a 12 or
do
higher.
any of you need to use your dexterity for these next things that you're gonna do? Perhaps.
Probably not.
No? And how about you, Togark?
Possibly. Dex is related to operating all these levers to make
Sure.
the ship drive?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Right, well, luckily, I know a chant that can help you be graceful, like the dolphin in the ocean.
What's a dolphin?
Don't worry about it. It's
Tell
very
you
graceful.
when we get back home.
Yes, I'm going to start chanting and beating my drum because I failed this detection check. But now...
Can't wait to see this roll now. Can you redeem yourself? You couldn't chart the course.
What is it?
You couldn't navigate successfully.
Oh, yes. You gain advantage to your dexterity check.
Ooh, I feel guided by the dolphins.
Okay, so go ahead. What are you gonna do? So you're navigating this system.
I mean, I hit it, so I think strength is the most
Oh, nice,
applicable
good
here.
call. Yeah. I was thinking about
If I could use con, that'd be great, but I think it's probably strength.
strength. It is. You need a 12 or higher. This guy is asleep all
Why are you
night.
still using that thing? I
gave you the brown dice.
ones for a reason. Oh my god.
Oh my god. We're going into overtime here. Wow. It's colorful. This is it. The final showdown. We're trying out everything.
Togark thinks back to a time when Ingi was useful.
Earlier, before this mission.
Earlier, with the sticky web. He really pulled it out of the
Please
bag
use
for us on
this.
that one.
What's your hope for the
use
future?
those.
And Togark's hope for the future is that he doesn't die underground with Ingi.
And B.
And that one day he gets to see the sun again.
So it's
Oh, so much for that hope. Okay, so you have advantage. You don't get a bonus from these guys, as these crew seems to be failing Togark. But his chanting, his redemptive chant, calls of the dolphin will allow you to roll with advantage for this dexterity check after all, but no bonus. You're gonna need a 16 or higher.
With a dex check?
With advantage.
With advantage?
This will determine if you can navigate the Terra Slider into an advantageous position within the Sunken Castle, coming up from beneath.
Okay. Before
Should have rolled in that.
yeah, right. I start driving, I'm going to cast Alter Self
Oh my goodness.
and give myself insect-like antennae that help me see sonically into the dirt and identify obstacles.
Go ahead, try casting
Use
it.
a mole nose.
And just stick it out of the porthole, right?
Yeah, just stick it into the dirt.
Okay, that's for the spell.
I could have used that roll to just do it.
Yep,
but-
yep, no, now here we go. Okay, so what is Alter Self?
So,
It gives you advantage, right?
yeah, so
These
now I have
things?
double advantage.
Yeah, sure. So
I have to roll 3.
you want double advantage or a +2 bonus?
Plus 2 bonus.
Double advantage doesn't exist, but
Plus 2 bonus.
okay. I like the advantage. I'm rolling 3 dice. That's just cool. Okay, so nat 20.
Please change the lighting.
So it's so good. You managed to
Nothing bad ever happens to Togark in the dirt box.
in the dirt box, navigating its way.
I think you might have to go with the dirt box.
So little goblin using his knife and sticking his. Did we say mole nose after all? Is that what it is?
No,
Or
it's
little antennae? Okay, so your little antennae are.
Stuck to the porthole trying to feel the vibrations.
That's why he was looking at the Anke.
Marky Mark. Feel the vibrations.
Nice, I love that. It's like over here. So you can see the claws are moving, the ground is shaking, and the earth elementals are there plowing away. But they let you guys go as they don't have the ability to navigate through the stone walls themselves, as they allow you to penetrate and make your way into the Sunken Castle from below. And the earth elementals sort of, give one last call, like,
We appreciate your efforts and will acknowledge you to our brethren. Maybe the stones will roll in your favor. And
as you guys go into the Sunken Castle, you can see
Be solid, my friends.
be solid.
the Sunken Castle itself, deep within the bowels here. You manage to find yourself in the most opportune and advantageous position to see the long sort of vein of Gruthiel that has slowly been mined. Gnolls have been working from the top levels all the way down, surrounded by skeletons and zombies and wights and ghouls, these undead bastions of horrid armies have been working this vein that they have been mining for countless untold millennia. And within the center of this, you can see a floating little island with this purple-like shard surrounded in these like chains and pipes and wires that hold this thing in place on this small little floating island. And there's these other sort of pedestals that seem glowing and some who knows what type of ritual going on here. All of this to say, you have gained entry into the Sunken Castle's lowest level, and within the vein, you can see there's a central chamber that goes up 4, 5, 6 stories, and you can see light starting to come down. Something that hasn't ever happened before, seeing as how you were in here before, or other folks were, and it was completely sealed off. But the ground is shaking, and the castle is being uplifted several layers. But that's a fable for another table. So you are successful in your endeavors here, finding your way to the depths of the Sunken Castle, just as your torch that was left outside of the vehicle itself is extinguished, and then the rock surrounded in its own little basin, its own little staunch. So you guys navigated the perilous Ankeg, the depths of this black basalt desert, which has revealed hidden cyclopean treasures, and as well as your own perils and mistakes along the way. The Ankeg forces seem to have been quelled for now, but there seems to be a growing vengeance against those that have eaten its brethren. Perhaps you guys were there in that feast and festivity as well too, in sort of like the background in such a way. What do you guys want? What do you guys want to do? Talk about some experience points, talk about treasure. But
I'm gonna take one of the iron spikes and carve "May the stones roll in your favor" inside the ship where the captain is.
nice.
That's a sick quote.
Don't carve it on the elemental that we're going to be returning to its people.
He's fine. Hey, they said it.
Yeah, right. Well, actually, they do like it rough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, hey, over here, not to the left.
I've been itchy there for 4 million years.
Yeah, ease the itch on the back of the Earth Elemental.
Ingi's gonna look at the control panel, the same one that he was hitting with his fist.
Ah, I think I see the problem.
He's gonna pull out Kelsey and just give it one more whack and put Kelsey back.
Very pleased.
Okay, so we're talking XP.
Yep, we're talking treasure, we're talking valuables, we're talking successes. What sort of things, material, information, or otherwise, have you gained tonight in order to vie for experience points, but also to further our story at hand, our fable?
Well, just from a personal standpoint, I think Loric had a rip-roaring first outing by summoning a swarm of stingbats that devoured both Ankegs alive, saving the, well, probably us.
Yeah. Big time.
Yeah, so that was pretty good. And then, calling to the dolphins to grant Togark a little more grace. So, that was pretty good. At least that stuff.
Togark,
Yeah.
tell us about your treasures and victories today.
Togark feels even more in tune with Dirtbox now. He has a very clear understanding of how it likes to be driven and how it doesn't like to be driven. And he was impressed with his own ingenuity to give himself antennae to step in for the malfunctioning radar system.
Your dagger becomes a +1 dagger.
Oh, cool.
As you nat 20 in the final movement, you feel like you are tuning yourself with this, I might have said obsidian dagger that is a control lever for this specific device, vehicle. And it grows in magic power.
Look into this later.
Awesome. So that'll be +1 to hit and damage. And it's a magic weapon. What?
I have no brain. I was an incredible drain on party retard.
That was rough. Not your fault.
Yeah, I'm gonna dock an XP for that.
I have 2 dead characters who rolled better than Ingi did.
Yeah, how are you alive?
Well, welcome to the Fable, Ingi. You
Provided a lot of comic relief to all of us.
I threw my goo.
You did.
But the actual experience of this Terra Slider, the use of the horse, you used it very aggressively as well, too.
This is true. There was some insight gained into the possible futures that lie ahead in the Oris. And there was...
What would that be for Inginatorum? What does he desire? What does he want to correct? Besides tonight's rolls.
One of the reasons that Ingi is here is because, although his reputation is that of a competent engineer and spellcaster, the truth is he's a bit of a screw-up. And even the Legion did not want him in the old world. So they sent him packing to just get rid of him. He was more trouble than he was worth.
Was this planned, or did the die rolls?
No, the die rolls.
Oh, okay.
informed this.
Great. Then that's beautiful immersion. Yeah.
So, above all else, he just wants to be useful. He just wants to not carry around that shame of constant failure and disappointment from his life around.
And that's going to be a tough thing to overcome with how things went for you tonight. That's for
Sounds
sure.
like you could have something in common with Mark's
Arcuria?
Yeah.
who has
And the
that-
214th in general seem to be this in relation to
Right.
Heat. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of as well too. Wow. Okay.
Also, actually speaking primordial is a good thought.
Yeah, that's true.
So
You know,
we
with
were-
Earth Elemental.
That's true. You did get us through that part
Yeah.
totally on your own intuition.
Yeah. So that was pretty good.
I don't know what you said. It sounded like
Sounded like it worked.
sounded like gravel, but
Yeah, definitely worked. And now we can maybe even talk to the Terra Slider now that we know that they speak. We didn't know that Earth Elementals could speak. So maybe
That's a
the
good
Terra
point.
Slider itself can talk to us. Maybe it doesn't want to go back. Maybe it enjoys the freedom to zoom around the Earth. And so we don't need to free it. Maybe it's perfectly happy.
Maybe it likes to be called Dirtbox.
Maybe
These are things to explore.
it's not offensive to an Earth Elemental.
Right? Dirt is a very fine powder. It's very light and airy and breezy. That's a compliment for Earth Elemental.
Maybe.
To be determined. I will give you all 4 experience points tonight for everything that you've done today. Some good treasures, some good victories, some unfortunate rolls, but they revealed more about our characters tonight. And as you make your way into this Sunken Castle, which has been the site that has been set forth by your general outpost survivors, your crawlers, your adventurers, the Sunken Castle has been the target and the goal. And by now enabling 2 of the 3 prongs, you see, perhaps, and you aren't sure how the other prongs have done to this point, but you have successfully prodded your way into the Sunken Castle. And if anything, this was probably the most central and pivotal of the prongs, and hopefully your allies will execute their efforts as well too. And then we will face the secrets that lie within. Captain Skrikic and the other undead, the captured, prisoned Perivas that relates to the Volpes Argentum, and the seal of the circle of the zealous vision voyagers that live here. And for Togark and his little faction as well too, perhaps he's finding his little place in the world as he adds his skills and capabilities to the ongoing story and adventure. And how it all wraps up, well, that, my friends, is a fable for another table. So thanks for playing tonight. Thanks for watching this chapter of our ongoing fable. Drop a like if you enjoyed the episode, and let us know in the comments which stories interest you most. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and to stay connected, there are links to our Discord and socials in the description. We want to invite you to the next episode of Tables and Fables, and we'll be sure to save you a seat.